All right, let's check Reddit and see if there's any hate threads going on. Let's take a look. Let's take a nice little look. Ooh, 54 comment hate thread. Marshall's making Kyle want to quit the PD. Well, you can't bait anymore. Only about 25% true. And when you read these comments, these people just don't get it. You guys understand that, like, there's a difference in situations, and I know that it'll be unpopular to, like, label things as SBS and stuff like that. But this was like a fun burn situation that's kind of getting, like, twisted a little bit. I don't really agree with that. I don't think it'll result in firing, but possibly demotions. I'm not sure. Let's see. Apparently, I don't do my job. Good riddance won't be missed. Why am I back then? Ah, damn. You know what I just hate about Reddit? It's never really anything constructive. It's all reactionary, just like hate bait. Even though it's not really healthy to read this stuff. Apparently, I'm an RP hog. Everything has to go. The RP has to go along with me. Has taken over RP moments of others on numerous occasions by showing up and dominating the dialogue, ruining the RP that was occurring before one of Kyle's characters show up. He forces his antagonistic style of RP on everyone, even those that do not enjoy this type of RP. Isn't that the same thing that's being forced upon Carmine and Bobby? I'm confused. What are you complaining about there? I am sick and twisted. I'm genuinely curious. Kyle expects everyone to go against how their character would act. That's not true at all. In a given scenario, and let him get away with whatever recycled, corrupt, antagonistic RP arc he has decided everyone in the server is obligated to. Can you give me an example? I'm curious. Kyle really needs to work on his supporting character skills. He has main character syndrome mastered. Take a backseat every once in a while, my guy. How are these real people? There's no way in hell that this person's ever watched me. Ugh. So annoying. I wouldn't have a problem with these type of comments if these people watched. I feel like I sideline myself a lot of times to support other people's roleplay. I could be wrong and just egotistical. Argument doesn't really make sense, though. What did I do to you? What did I do to you there, little pup? What did I do that hurts you so much? You know, it's kind of pathetic. Ugh. Yeah, man, it doesn't make sense. You know what's fucked up? The fucked up thing is when you realize I have one of the largest communities in RP, and there's never one hate thread about anything that anybody ever does to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. I just don't like, it's like the parallels, it just doesn't really sync up to me. You know, like, I don't understand it at all. I really do think that the people who operate on that filth of a Reddit, I really think they've kind of lost the plot. Because it ain't about content anymore. It's just about drama and pointing fingers at like what's wrong and what's bad. You know, I wouldn't have a problem with the finger being pointed at me if it was like justified. But clearly, you're not even allowed to have a difference in opinion. If you don't, like, here's the thing, right? If people don't enjoy me, praise. If I don't 100% enjoy something, or if I have an issue with something, whether it be IC or OOC, it's an issue. So it's like I'm not allowed to articulate or represent a difference in opinion or anything without just being dogpiled by a bunch of goddamn inept fucking jobless bums with nothing better to do. You know? Like, what do people ideally want RP to be? Right? Do people not want any type of form of contention? Oh, they want contention, though. But when Kyle can test up, because let's be honest, I'm pretty polarizing in the RP space due to my past, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, where are the clips of all this assholery that people claim all the time? You know, where are like the OOC clips of me talking shit about not only characters, but streamers? I mean, where is this stuff at? Where does this energy like manifest from? I don't really see it because, I mean, anybody who watches me know I'm actually pretty calm. Every once in a while, you know, maybe I'll take like 2 minutes to talk about how, you know, maybe I'm not a fan of something. But at the end of the day, I also say good things about it too. That goes unnoticed and unwatched and, you know, the audience goes uninformed of. I actually do think that the LSPD is pretty good RP. I'm just not 100% sure what people like really desire from a viewpoint anymore. Like, because it's like people say they're bored of RP. You try and give like contention, because I'm going to be honest, 99% of RP is some form of conflict. All right, it just is. But if you fight back on something, and if you make a baiting comment, all of a sudden you're demonized, and all these inept goddamn idiots claim to all these things that just aren't true. I feel like it would be super easy, right, to like find a clip, you know, go through my VODs. I feel like it would be super easy to kind of find like this, I don't know. I don't know what it is people are looking for. But I think I'm allowed to have a little disagreements with something. I think every once in a while, my throat's fucked up. I think every once in a while, I'm allowed to not like something 100%. All right, but understand it. You know? And most of my issues are all in character. You know? But I mean, I also don't 100% know what long-term the RP of the PD is to become. You know, I don't understand like what the goal is. I don't think that's like a bad thing to like, I don't think that's like a deal breaker, like not knowing something like that. Right? But I think that like sometimes like an uncertainty in the aspect of how like an RP is going to go as a content creator, sometimes, you know, you might feel like you don't want to be involved with it from my perspective, because quite frankly, it's like not 100% something that it's like, it's not something like I don't really shy away from it. Right. But the thing is though, it's just like, I don't think it's wrong to like not want to bang your head against an unwinnable fight. You know what I mean? Like if something's unwinnable, then what are you supposed to do? Right? Like honestly, like if something feels like it's unwinnable and you can't really contest something and you can't really fight something, all right, what are you supposed to do? You know, I think that's like the only issue is it's like contrary to popular belief, right? I don't need to win. I don't care about winning, but I do want like the opportunity to be like maybe a possibility. You know, it doesn't even have to be like a high possibility, like a low one. And I don't think that's like a bad thing. I don't think like being discouraged about feeling like there's no scenario where you come out on top is a bad thing either. And then you can say what you want about me, right? But most of the shit that these people say is just lies from communities that just like don't like me and have like never liked me. And it's kind of annoying because nobody ever does anything about it. Because like once again, to like point out the fact, how often does my community pop off on like YouTube videos and like Reddit hate threads and even in my own Discord? You know, I mean, I just don't get it. Because if I'm able to control my shit, where exactly does all this shit stem from? You know, I don't really get. I don't really get it. I'm going to take a quick pee. But the thing is, right, I don't hate or dislike anybody. But I am allowed to kind of have a disagreement about something, right? But if people are always just going to like personally attack me with misinformation and shit that ain't true and like dumb shit that they can't support, right? And then this is the stuff that people upvote. This is the stuff that people make gold comments, you know? And what the fuck? You know, what's the, I mean, what the absolute fuck? BP. I don't like this soap. I feel like it kind of has been drying my hands up. But that could be the cold weather. Mm-mm-mm-mm. My issue is, right, is that I just refuse kind of like, I'm kind of done with the whole ignoring shit and like not like say doing stuff like what I just did, like talking about shit. You know, I've gone like years ignoring shit and all it's done is like damage me, right? I'm not out for drama. I don't hate anybody. I'm not out for blood. In fact, most of these people I like a lot. And then the rest of them, I don't have any issues with, and I like them too. Wash your ass. You know, but it's just like, I'm kind of just like at this refusal to not like acknowledge things anymore. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's productive, and I don't think it's like good for like my career or like my mental. Because it's like no matter what the fuck I do, right? People ain't going to be happy unless I just don't exist. And it's like, these are the same people that don't know shit about anything that's occurred, whether that be recent or in the past. And that's like another thing that infuriates me. It's like, I've never seen a more like uninformed, like dichotomy, like group of individuals feel like they're entitled to hate me so much. Brother, just turn the stream off. Do something. You know, I mean, like, no one's got a gun to your fucking head. You know, like, if you don't like something, you know what's funny? There is actually like a productive way like you as a viewer could engage with me about something that you dislike. Even in this chat. You know? Yeah, it's just like, bro, it's like everyone's just rabid